excited to share with you some of the things that, oh, it just barely went live. So, hi, I'm Stacy Paulson, and I'm excited to share with you today how I've become a six-figure income mom with six kids. And that is completely doable for anybody. I'm going to share some of my experiences, and I want you to know that it's possible for anybody to do this. So, let me go ahead and switch over to screen sharing so you can see presentation. And switch that off there. Okay. So as we go along, I'm going to introduce myself uh, as we go through the presentation, but I first wanted to talk about, what does a six-figure mom want? Well, these were some things that were important to me. And I don't know that it mattered so much when I first started having kids. That's just the way that life was. And whether it was hard, we had good times, we got bad times. But what I found is that being the best mother that I could be to my kids was one of the top priorities. And I wanted to be able to have a flexible schedule so I could attend their events, so I could be present when they needed me. I didn't want to be tied to certain commitments that I wouldn't be able to be there for my kids or other family members or other commitments that I had. So, and also financial security was a huge part of that. I know most of you listening to this, you have a financial need. And so know that that's where I came from, was having a financial need, and we'll get more into that. And knowing that that financial need can really create a lot of stress on families. So that's something that was important to me, and also knowing that I was living my purpose here on this earth, that I was fulfilling the things that I was able to do, capable of doing, that I was using my talents and my time to do the things that brought me joy. And part of that is being able to spend time with my family and provide opportunities for them. So, what you're going to learn with the things that I share will be about residual income, what it is, and how you can create it yourself. And then the importance of being around people who um, also have common interests and goals and passion. So, here's a great picture of um, many moms. I I see the different aspects that are going on here as far as trying to exercise, take care of herself, take care of her baby, personal time to read, social time, preparing meals, shopping, all of that. Like that is just part of being a mom, is wearing multiple hats. And it was funny because I had a friend who just messaged me on Facebook yesterday, and she shared with me kind of her life, and this kind of epitomizes what many of us, our daily routine, whether you have one or whether you have six. So she says that I know you, because I had asked her about, what does her day look like? She says, I know you asked what I do all day now that my kids are in school, but there are only a few hours. I start waking kids, making breakfast, reading time, scriptures, lunch making, etc. at 5:30, and then the last kid walks out at 8:40 a.m. Then it's just Kenzie and I do a rotating preschool with her 2 days a week. We go to our mom's group another day. Derek actually gets home sometime between 10:30 and 1:30, depending on his classes. He goes to the community college and is getting credit for both high school and college at the same time. Ashley gets home at 2:30, Jackson at 3:30, and Jordan and Emily at 4. I feel like I spend my day working around their schedules, helping with homework and listening to them tell me about their day. I feel I barely have time to keep up with laundry and meals. And then she says, you are amazing to me. I know you have as many kids as I do, so I'm not sure how you do it and have a job too. So that's what I want to share with you. That even though life can be crazy for us, that it is completely doable to be able to create that six-figure income um, for yourself, for your family. So one thing that's really important to me is helping people to know what their purpose is, what they're passionate about, and And so really asking yourself, because I grew up with you try to have enough and that you should be happy with that. Live within your means. I believe that. But I never really dreamed like what were the possibilities? What would I enjoy doing with my time if money weren't an issue? So I want you to think about that. What would you do? How would your home look? Not like the physical, like, oh, I'd have a huge house, but what would you be doing with your time um, when money wasn't an issue? What is your passion? What do you enjoy doing? What are your God-given talents and abilities that you would be utilizing more if you didn't have the concerns or the limitations or constraints of money? And I propose to you that most of us, that once we get past like having a big house and having this and having that and going here and going there, that it becomes this opportunity to serve others. That when our cup is full, whether that's financially full, emotionally full, that it allows for all of that that spills over, all that extra to be put out to help other people. And that's really what I want to be able to help other people to create, is knowing that, once you're not worrying about finances, worrying about, how am I going to pay that bill, or we only have this amount of money to spend on groceries, or, what coupon could I clip that will save me a little bit here? What kind of deal can I get? Once you get past that, because money is not an issue, that really frees you up to live more of your purpose and your passion in life. And I want that for more people. I want women, mothers, to understand that that is available. And so I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've done and I found. So I want you to think as you kind of get prepared for this information, what would you like to change in your life right now? Do you want to be more organized? Do you want more peace in your home? Do you want to be able to provide things for your children that they don't have? I remember just wanting to be able to have piano lessons for my kids. My kids deserve it just as much as anybody else's children deserve it. Like, our kids deserve so much. So let's make it possible for them to have those things. And I'm not saying that struggles aren't good for us, because they are, and sacrifice is important. It makes us who we are. But knowing that we all deserve amazing things and our kids deserve those things. So what are the things that you would want to change right now that you're not happy with your circumstances? So I want you to think about that. If you have a piece of paper or pen, write it down. There were things that I wanted to change. I wanted to not coupon clip anymore. I wanted to be able to go to Whole Foods and buy the things that I wanted, or Trader Joe's, or I wanted good food for my children and not feel like I was sacrificing other things. I wanted to be able to buy a good pair of pants for my kids, not just go get the cheapest pair. I wanted that. That's not bad of me to want that. So as you have these things that you want to change and things to be different in your life, do you have a plan right now? Are there things that you're doing to create that? And what options do you have as a mom, whether you're a working mom, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a stay-at-home working mom, all of that. What kind of plans and options do you have to create that change that you want in your home? So just think about that. If you do have plans, if, for instance, we had wanted to get out of debt, and so we created a way that we were going to put a little extra from paychecks to get out of debt. That was our plan. Calculating how long that would take. I don't know if it was like 10, 15 years to finally be out of debt, but that was okay. We had a plan. We were working towards that. So hopefully if you have a plan, here's what I want to do. I want to show you a faster way to get there, to whatever your destination is, to whatever it is that you're trying to create within your home and your family and your life. Just a faster way of getting there. And that really is through residual income. So residual income is passive income. It's income that you receive as on an ongoing basis from work that you have done either once and that you're continuing to get paid for over and over again, or something that you've done, you did it a long time ago and you're still getting paid for it. So that's what residual income is. Now, let's just talk a little bit about assets versus liabilities. So assets are something that puts money into your pocket or your bank account now. So that might be a salary if you're on a salary, if your husband's on a salary, or commissions. If you have a job where you're getting paid an hourly rate, other ways that you have assets might be if you're in real estate, rental properties, royalties. That would be like if you wrote a book and you're receiving royalties from that every time somebody purchases it, or an ebook. Um, Investments that might be in the stock market, it could be 401k. And then also if you have business income, maybe you own a business and so you're receiving income from that. Those are assets. Liabilities are all those things that take money out of your pocket, like your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, all those bills that you might have accumulated, vacations, education, all of those things are liabilities. So what is wealth? Well, wealth is when your residual income, that passive income that just continues to flow in, is higher than your expenses. So you could go ahead and write those down. Maybe you have an idea of here's our monthly expenses. Let's just say a random number like $3,000 is our expenses every month. So that's groceries, your mortgage, or your rent, whatever it may be. This is how much goes out every month. So if you were to have wealth, that would mean that you would have more than $3,000 a month coming in as a residual income or a passive income. That means that whether you showed up to work or not, you still have this income coming in. So it might be, let's just say you have a huge investment and every month you get a check from that investment for $4,000. So that means the difference that you have of $1,000 would be considered that wealth that you have. So in thinking about that, employees, those are somebody that you work for somebody else, and that's what most people do to provide income. So they have a job where somebody will pay them. Some people are self-employed. That means they pay themselves to do a job. And I had this, and this is where I had my own business, and if I didn't show up, then I didn't get paid. Now there's somebody that's called a business owner, and that's different from just being self-employed. A business owner is someone who owns the business but doesn't necessarily have to do the work. Like they don't go into the restaurant. Maybe they own the restaurant, but they have people managing it, working at the restaurant. So whether they show up there or not, they're still going to get paid. And then there's an investor. That's somebody who puts, forth money, whether it's in a real estate, in the stocks, bonds, something. They're putting money and time into an investment and then receiving a return. Now, 95% of people in North America are in the first two categories, that they're either employed by someone or they're self-employed. So you have to show up in order to get paid. And 95% of the wealth is actually in the second two categories. That's where either if you're a business owner or you're an investor, that's where 95% of all the wealth in North America is. So where would you rather be? Like if you had an option, if you had a choice, where would you rather be? I wanted to be in the residual income. Like be able to have that income flowing and not having to work more to earn more. So what opportunities are available to you to have that passive income? Well, one is you could go like write a book, make a CD, an ebook, something like that, where you're receiving, you do it once and you get paid over and over again. You might either buy or start a business or a franchise, but that takes thousands of dollars to do that. Thousands of dollars to do that, or an investment. Like you could invest in real estate or stock market, but for me, like I had no idea, like zero clue about what would be a good real estate investment or in stocks. I don't know. I would totally lose my money. It would just be gambling to me. So those were some of the options that were available to create passive income. Well, let me just tell you about my story and what I found that works. So I graduated from Brigham Young University with a degree in business management with an emphasis in finance and marketing. And right out of college, I was hired to work for Ford Motor Company in Detroit, Michigan, in their finance department. And I was excited about that, but I didn't want to take the job because I had just gotten married and I knew that I wanted to start a family. And that when I had kids, like I wanted to be a full-time mom. I wanted to have kids, be able to take care of them, raise them. So I didn't take that job, and I took a job instead at a merger and acquisition company. It was small. It was an internet company, but it was international. And I was the marketing manager there. And I didn't know this, but when I was hired, I was actually pregnant. So 9 months of work, had a baby, and the owner, Fred, he was amazing. He let me work from home. The things that I was doing, I could do from a home office. So he set me up with a home office, and it was great. I could be home, take care of my son, and still be able to provide some income. During that time, we felt like we should build a house, so we got in the process of that. Started building our house, and just before we were moving in, 9/11, the big stock or the big crash in the economy, and I was laid off. My husband was still in school, and so that was kind of like panic situation. What were we going to do? Well, we moved into our house. He was working part time, but it was super tight, and I was on unemployment, so I was still getting some money, but I knew that that would only last so long. So we were really scrambling to figure out what we were going to do. And I started thinking, okay, well, I need to cut back, and that's where the whole coupons came in. We went on WIC, that was government assistance for food. And I didn't like that, but I was going to make sure that my family was taken care of. And then I started looking at, okay, what kind of things could I do from home? I scoured the internet. What can I do from home? There's all these random things like doing surveys and, oh, what else was there? I don't know if you ever searched. There's like some creative stuffing envelopes. Think, oh, maybe I could do that. There was no way on this planet that we were going to create any wealth from doing any of those things that were suggested on there. So I had to turn to looking for getting a job. And I remember looking at the different things and like, how is this going to work, and feeling just absolutely sick, thinking I was going to have to leave my son with someone. That was not the plan. That was not my plan. But that's where we were at. I remember interviewing for a bank job. I had worked at a bank before, and they were going to hire me, but I couldn't do it. And then finally something came up where at a college I could teach internet marketing classes at night. So that seemed to be okay. It was the different schedule for my husband, but I wasn't really gonna see him that much. He was working and going to school during the day, and I was at night, and it was not where I wanted to be. But it was gonna work, and it was not gonna create wealth for us. However, he did, after he graduated, he got hired to teach somewhere that he just wanted to. It was a fabulous job for him. Was he going to make six figures? Probably not. But it was something that it was his passion. It was his dream. And so he did that, and we ended up moving. And during that time, so I wasn't teaching anymore. Like he was making enough to provide for our needs, and we were able to save, and we were slowly getting out of debt. Like we had this plan. And I kind of fell into, it was the time when eBay had just kind of come out, and I had a sewing machine that somebody had given to me, and it didn't really work, so I wanted to sell it on eBay and get enough money, hopefully, to be able to buy a new one. So I did. I sold it on there. It made a lot of money, and I was able to go buy a new one. I thought, that's pretty cool. And while I was on eBay, I saw people were selling scrapbook things, and I had extra scrapbook supplies that somebody had given me for our wedding. I thought, I'll just go ahead and sell those on eBay. And I did, made a little bit of money. Interesting. Like people are buying these small pieces of paper to make cards. And I found on eBay I could buy like big lots of paper, and if I cut them down in the sizes that people were using to make cards, I could make some more money. So I started buying scrapbook stuff off of eBay, repackaging it into smaller packages, and then selling it. And then all of a sudden I started finding that there were actually stores going out of business that were selling their inventory for 10%, 5%, pennies on the dollar. So I started buying these stores. As I was earning more money, I would use that money to buy more product to sell. And it was working amazingly. And there was this one store in Texas that over $100,000 worth of stuff, and she was going to sell it to me for about $17,000. I didn't have $17,000, but I felt compelled to do it, and I figured a way to do that with I was going to put it on a credit card, and then I was going to transfer that to another credit card. It sounds crazy, but I felt like inspired that this is something I should do. So I had this plan. Okay, this is how I'm going to fund this without any interest, without getting a bank loan. And I got the product, and within a month, I had sold more than $17,000 worth of stuff and had paid off what we had. And that was really the start of a business for me. And that business, it started to generate, thousands and thousands of dollars to where we were able to pay off our mortgage within 3 years of a brand new custom built home. Um, Student loans paid off, our cars were paid off, we were completely out of debt, and life was really good. I'm like, this is really neat. I had to get employees because it was so busy, and if I wanted to make more, I had to put more time into it. And the difficult thing about it was, if I wanted to go on vacation, I had to figure out how to schedule auctions to end at certain times, or I had to tell people, like, I'm going to be out of town for 10 days, like, you'll have to wait to get your package. And so it was causing a lot of stress in that way. And then um, I just didn't like being tied to this. I felt like I had a job, so that was just it. I was self-employed. If I didn't show up, I didn't get paid. So now I was working from home, but I didn't have time freedom. And the financial, I mean, who cares about how much money do you have if you don't have time to spend with your family and doing the things that you enjoy doing? So that's what I felt like. I created this and, like, oh, it's not what I wanted to be doing. Now I have money, but I don't have time. Well, that same time, my husband was asked to take a relocation to California, and we were really excited about that. So I liquidated most of the stuff that I had, scrapbook things, and we took off to California. And things in California were like twice as expensive, and he wasn't getting paid twice as much. So we became very tight again, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So let me tell you about some other things that were going on at that same time. So I was probably about 4 or 5 months before we moved. I was having a lot of health issues, and it started like 10 years prior. I started having a lot of migraines, a lot of inflammation, and then for that past year, I had been suffering with sinus infections, constantly coming back, tooth infections. Things were going wrong. We were having miscarriages, and I didn't like the options that were available to me. Taking antibiotics was not working. Taking the drugs, they were not working, and so I was open to different things. And at that same time, I had a friend who we were having a family night with another family, and I have allergies, and we were in a hayfield flying kites, and she just said, hey, I have some essential oils that I've heard are good for allergies. Do you want to try them? And I thought she was weird, like, essential oils, what are those? But I was open to it, so I put a couple of drops on my finger, and then I rubbed it over the bridge of my nose, and within just a couple of minutes, my allergies were gone, like completely gone. I thought that was the coolest thing. What was that? How did that work? And from that point on, I was scouring the internet, learning about essential oils, not for my allergies, but for all these other health issues that I was having. Like, was there something for miscarriages? Was there something for sinus infections? Was there something for migraines? What do you have? And I was bound and determined to be able to use those for those things. And so I had gotten a kit of oils just before moving to California, and within just months of using those, um, the migraines went away, completely went away. My sinus infections went away. We were expecting our fifth child. Within months of that, I thought, this is pretty amazing. And so for a year, I was using the essential oils and loving them. Like, I could open my cupboard when my child had an ear infection and have something right there that I could put on and use. We have a cold. I have something that we can use. Some people in our family had allergies. My husband pulled a muscle. I had something right there that I could use. And it was so empowering as a mom. And so I was sharing it with, like, family and friends. Whoever I saw was in need, I was sharing it with them. And basically, I was being a really good referral service to somebody else. Hey, if you want to get these, go ahead, go get, here's how you get them. This is what I do. And that's what I was doing. And so after using them, it just totally transformed my life. Our medicine cabinet is completely different. My health was so much better, being able to compete in different events and stuff. And we have 2 additional beautiful daughters added to our family. This is a picture of my son, who a few weeks ago had been in a bicycle accident, just banged up his face. And I had essential oils right in my home that I could put on for the swelling, for the infection. And within less than a week, if you can see, his face was completely cleared up. And his shoulder, that we didn't put the oils on, only a couple of times, it was still trying to heal. Like, I love having these in my home. So why do I share that with you? It's because this is what I found of how I can create a residual income. So After a year of just sharing with people naturally, because these work and they're amazing, I was at the gym, or just before I went to the gym, I had been scouring the internet again, looking for ways to, if I should get a job, what should I do? Should I start up eBay again, selling? Because I was feeling a little bit bored and wanted to get out of that financial tightness. And I watched a video, a compensation video from doTERRA, which is an essential oil company. That's where I had purchased the oils from. Um, I watched this compensation video about how you could just naturally share with people and help people learn how to use essential oils, and doTERRA would pay you. And it just showed like amazing numbers. And I thought, is that real? And I went to the gym and I was working out. And as I was working out, like it just came to me, holy cow, I could do this because I've been doing it already, but not getting paid for it. Like I love to help people, and I know that these work and that they have transformed the way that we take care of the health in our family. That we use essential oils now first before trying a prescription medication or an over-the-counter medication. That for the past 4 years we've been using them and haven't had to go to the doctor once for like colds and flus and cuts and whatever that comes along. We haven't had to do that. So it saved us a ton of money, but it's really been empowering for me as a mom. And I know that moms are the heart of making health care decisions in their home. And so I knew that other moms would want these, that they would use them, that they would find value, and it would really help them as a mother to have tools to use. So I just went, wow, this is amazing. I need to get involved. And so I want to give you just a basic background for those who are on here who haven't used essential oils, just basically what they are and how you use them, a quick 2-minute summary. So basic essential oils are plant extracts. They are safe to use on kids, on the elderly. They're 50 to 70 times more potent than herbs. This is a picture of a peppermint leaf, and you can see the oil sacs, the little white sacs there are oil sacs, and they just extract those oils, and within those are chemical constituents that are healing. So they're antiviral, antibacterial, antidepressive, antifungal, and because they're natural, they're from plants, when we use them or take them into our bodies recognize them. It's not like a synthetic medication where it's like, whoa, what is that? And you have a side effect. It actually knows what to do with it. So peppermint's awesome for so many things. I use it for pain. If I ever get a little headache coming on, if I got a strain in my neck, a little muscle pull or ache or pain, I can use peppermint. It's also good for fever, so I put it on my kids if they ever have a fever. It helps to lower their temperature. Digestive issues, you can take it for that. During pregnancy, I was nauseous, and so I used peppermint. It's really good for nauseousness. So they're super safe to use, and they're super effective. So not only are they effective against bacteria, they're also effective against viruses. So unlike when you get a viral infection, you go to the doctor, like the flu or something, they tell you, you just need to go home. There's nothing I can do, just get some rest. You can actually do something right in your own home with essential oils. That they will inhibit the growth of viruses. Also, they're very inexpensive. So they're just pennies per dose. So like for an upset stomach, it shows you there. But for ear infections, that's something that we deal with. And when you have a lot of kids and you get sick, it can be really expensive going to the doctor with all the copays and medications. So now what I do, and just 2 days ago, my daughter, just before I was getting ready to leave to go to Utah on a flight, 15 minutes before we were leaving, she started crying because her ear was hurting. And what did I do? I pulled open my cabinet and I pulled out a few different oils that I know were good for the pain and for infections. I just mixed them up and left them there with Dad to put on. But I put them on just before I was going to leave, and we put a hot pack on there. And seriously, within a few minutes, she was good. And I've called since, and she's like completely fine. Cost me about 50, 60 cents to do that. But the bigger thing was that it was right in my home, it was safe, it was effective, and it worked really fast. So how do we use essential oils? Aromatically is one way. You just breathe them in. You can put them in a diffuser, put them on your hands, and just cup and inhale them. It's the fastest way to affect mood. So they're even using them in hospitals to affect the staff there, to reduce the stress and frustration. You can use them in your home. I love using them aromatically. It can help with respiratory issues if you have a cold or asthma. You can also use them topically, so you put them right on wherever you have an area of concern. So if you have a pain in your legs, say you pulled a muscle, we just started working out at CrossFit, so my neck and shoulders are super sore. So I've just been rubbing them on there. It's wonderfully effective, cost effective, work fast. So you can put them on at the bottom of your feet. It's a great place. They absorb right into your bloodstream. And then third way is you can take these internally because these are called certified pure therapeutic grade. doTERRA has the highest quality of essential oil on the market that you can take them internally. So if you have any kind of digestive issues, if you have a sore throat, you can gargle it and swallow it. You can put them in a capsule, put it in water, do it, just take the oil straight. So that's how you use them. And becoming an expert with using oils is super simple as well. All you need is some type of resource. This is a Modern Essentials book that you can get, or online at eeoils.me is a reference. You can just look up, oh, I've got gout. What would I use for gout? I've got a wart. What would I use for a wart? And it will tell you the oil to use and how to use it. So if you know how to read, you can use essential oils. And most people just get a kit of oils that they use. So they have that set that they're stocked depending on whatever comes their way, they're prepared. So it's really easy to get started with doTERRA. I purchased a kit, and let's change over. Let me show you. I'm not super good at this Google Hangout thing, so let me see if I can share with you. Maybe. See where we're at here. Okay. Let me switch over and see if I can show you my screen. It might look funny for a second. Let me get on a different one and show you. So this is my website, discovernaturalsolutions.com. If you want to learn more about oils, it's easy to do here. You just essential oils. What are essential oils? Why are they pure? Cute little video you can watch. But if you wanted to get a kit, I want to purchase oils, just come in here and you can read about how you can purchase them and why it's the best way to do it is to purchase wholesale, not in the kits. I just want to scroll down here and show you that you can take a look at these different kits that are available. So doTERRA has set it up where if you purchase a kit, you get a free membership with them. And what that means is that whenever you want to purchase oils, you can get them at the wholesale price. That's 25% off the retail price. And there's no obligation to purchase, like a monthly purchase. But you get that wholesale price. And then if you want to renew your membership after a year, it's $25, but they send you a free peppermint. So the kits range from $150 on up. So I'm going to just go through a few of these with you so you understand what they are. And you can learn more about oils if you're not familiar with them on my website. So the Cleanse and Restore kit is an awesome kit. It comes with the supplements, which I didn't talk about, but that's one of the things that had helped me get over my health issues with the migraines. It really helps with pain, inflammation, with energy. So using those as a prenatal vitamin was awesome. And after the amount of energy that I had, also helps with mood, like you're moderating your mood so that you don't have those ups and downs and depression and things. There's cleansing products in here, which is good for your digestive system. So that's a kit that some people start with. There's this family physician kit. Comes with 10 different oils. So lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca, oregano, frankincense, deep blue, breathe, digestin, on guard, and slim and sassy. So it comes in this great kit. You're just really prepared for anything that comes your way. Cuts, burns, aches, pains, stress, anxiety, for your metabolism, all that digestive stuff. Then this family wellness kit is great. So it's basically the family physician kit that we just talked about, but also comes with the supplements. And then you get these other products for free with that. And that's $250. Another kit that's $250 is called the Home Essentials Kit, and it's basically like the Family Physician Kit, but you're getting two-thirds more because the bottles are larger. So that's also nice. And just making you aware that this savings here that says $40 savings, that's below wholesale. So it's $40 off the wholesale. If you were to purchase those individually, it would be $40 more. That's another reason why I like purchasing a kit. So if you want to jump up and go to the next level, there is a kit. It's called the Wellness Complete Kit, which comes with your Lifelong Vitality Pack. That's the supplements, which I recommend everyone trying. There's a money back guarantee if you don't see any differences, if you don't feel different, better, more energy. Um, all of the oils in the Family Physician Kit. Plus, you get an Aroma Touch Kit, which is an awesome kit. I've used the oils in that kit so many times, especially for my kids. It helps to relieve pain, inflammation, stress. If ever they're sick, like if they've gotten the flu and they just don't feel good, this helps them to get over that better, helps them to sleep. So that's a great kit, the Aroma Touch Kit. You can see the oils that are in there. Plus, you get a diffuser with that kit. Love having a diffuser with that. We have them all over our house. So depending on the needs of different individuals or kids, I will just turn on their diffuser with different oils. The kit that I started with, it was the largest one at the time. They now have larger kits. Was the premium kit, and it came with all these oils, and half of them I didn't even know what to do with. But it was nice having them because I used my Modern Essentials book and I would look them up and say, oh my goodness, really, I have lemongrass. Lemongrass is good for toe fungus. Like my husband has the ugliest toenails. Fabulous. I didn't know that that's what it was good for. Or that lemongrass was also good for ligaments. And I'm a runner and often would have pain from ligament pull and tear and stuff. And now I had this oil that was amazing for it. So you can look at the oils there in the premium kit. Also, one of the most popular ones is the Natural Solutions Kit. And why this is so popular is pretty much making over your medicine cabinet, where you have the supplements, you have cleansing products, you even have toothpaste. You get the diffuser, there's Claricon, which is a women's blend, there's skincare products in here, foaming face wash and clear skin oil, which is good for your complexion. So this is an awesome kit. Now these three kits that are the over $500 kits, $525, $515, and $550. All of these kits come with $100 from doTERRA if you purchase the next month. So that's nice. So you're getting $100 product credit, plus you're getting the diffuser for free. I like that. Now, if you want to bump up even more, there is an oil. I'm going to skip that one. There is an Every Oil Kit, which has every single oil that doTERRA has, plus you get the diffuser for free. So this I like having on hand because I like having all the oils available to me. If something comes up, I want to know that I have the oil in my house. So you can look through that one, and then there's the Diamond Kit, which if I were able to start over and do it again, I would purchase the Diamond Kit. This one is nice because you get $400 in product credit. So in addition to all this fabulous stuff and $737 off the wholesale price, plus the free diffuser, you get $400 from doTERRA if you make a purchase the next month. With the Every Oil Kit, you get $200 from doTERRA. So you can look those over. Like I said, they're on my website and see which one is best for you. So let's go back to Wah 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 Funny Hangout, and let's go back to the presentation. So, you can look over those kits and whatnot. Another fun thing about doTERRA is that they have the best loyalty rewards program that I've ever seen. And what that means is every time you make a purchase, that not only do you get your wholesale price, you can earn free product. So you can earn between 10% back and up to 30% back in addition in free product. So with most of the kits, you start at 10%. But if you were to get like the Natural Solutions, those $500 kits, you start earning at 15% back. If you get an Every Oil Kit, you get 20% back on purchases after that. And if you get the Diamond Kit, you start at 50%. So that, or 25%. And that's and then you add your original 25% off. So that's like 50% off in either free product or discount on the oil. So that's the best way to purchase essential oils if you want them in your home. So just be aware that that's available as well. And so I wanted to tell you about doTERRA and why it's so amazing and why so many women, and especially moms, are doing so well with doTERRA essential oils. If you take a look here, it says that 69% of the general population is looking for natural ways to take care of their health. 69%. That's a lot of people. And nearly half of those, have used essential oils before. So they have already been exposed to essential oils or they're currently using them. Yet only 7% of those who are using essential oils are using doTERRA. And doTERRA has only been around for 6 years, yet it has become the largest essential oil company in the world. And the reason why is because of the quality of their products. People are experiencing differences and seeing like, I can take care of my health in my home for less money and less hassle, and that it's safer. There's no side effects or addictions with essential oils. So that number is going to continue to increase. So you have a wonderful opportunity to tap into being able to serve this market of people who are looking for natural ways to take care of their health. And the interesting thing is that the most popular method to find out which natural product to use is that people will ask their friends, the people that they know. They trust their friends. So what did you use for that? Or what would you use for this? And that's how they make their decisions. So just like me with allergies, my friend, she was just trying to help me. She wasn't trying to sell me an oil. She was just trying to help me with my allergies. She had something natural that may or may not have worked, and I was willing to try it because she was my friend. So I tried it. It worked completely. Has changed our lives. Changed our lives. And so that is what I get to do every day, is just naturally be able to help people. And so in general, why do people join doTERRA? 91% of all of the wellness advocates with doTERRA, they join because they want a quality product. They want something that works, and they want to get it at a discount. So they can get a discount. They get a wholesale membership. And there's no requirement to sell anything. If you get a membership with doTERRA, you get it at the discount. And it does provide that opportunity to share if you want. And only 9%, a very small percentage, actually joins doTERRA to make a profit. And generally, those are businesses. They're trying to sell them at retail in their stores. So what are the top 4 reasons why people join doTERRA? One is the quality of their oils, the highest quality that you will find in the market. The second is their loyalty rewards program, because you can get free oils. So you will get a far bigger discount by purchasing directly from doTERRA than if you were to, say, go to Amazon or something. You're going to get a far bigger discount. After a year, you can be over 55%, you're 25% plus the 30%. Also, all of the promotions that they do, like nearly every month, there's something free that you can get just by placing your order. And then the fourth is customer service. Not just customer service directly from the company doTERRA, but customer service from like me as a wellness advocate. I want to make sure that you know how to use those oils and that you're going to have a good experience. And if you have questions, I'm going to be there for you. So customer service in that way is that we take care of each other. So why doTERRA? It's the largest, like I said, largest essential oil company in the world, and that they are completely debt-free. That the 7 owners there that you see, they own the company. They are not beholden to stockholders. They are not beholden to a board of directors to make decisions. That they own the company, and they are passionate about making sure that they have a quality product that everyone can use throughout the world. And so something that really is unique to doTERRA in this industry of network marketing is that most companies have a retention rate of 13 or less percent. So that means that somebody who purchases something, that 1 out of 10 will come back and purchase again. doTERRA's is 65%. That means that 65% of all people within doTERRA who have ever had a membership continue to purchase between 1 and 3 months. That they make a purchase every 1 to 3 months. That's huge. That creates stability in my organization, because I know that people are going to continue to use them. It's not like a one-time thing, like, oh, I purchased my oils and that's it. No, they have created a lifestyle change. This is something I would never live without. This is how I take care of my kids. This is how I take care of myself. Um, so 65% is huge. And then just some statistics as far as this is a low number because this is from 2013, but 90,000 consultants that on average, these are just the lesser ranks in doTERRA, just somebody that's brand new to, if they were doing this as a business, that they made $1,900 a year. That more than pays for any product that they purchased. So basically, they're getting their product for free. And most of the members of doTERRA are getting their products for free because you start naturally sharing, and then doTERRA just pays you for sharing. The mid-level ranks, the average income was $3,900 to $9,600 a year, and that's nice. That's a nice chunk of money. That can be, getting some debts paid off. That could be an extra vacation. That could be some piano lessons for your kids. I mean, that can really help. And then here's leadership ranks. Currently, I'm a Blue Diamond with doTERRA, but these are average annual incomes for the different ranks within doTERRA. So even the silver rank, $26,000 a year, working part-time from home, helping people. That's a pretty good income, I'd have to say. So how do you get paid with doTERRA? There's a lot of different ways that you can get paid, but the two that I really focus on is one is called the Fast Start Bonus. If you look there in the Fast Start Bonus, it's paid weekly, and that's if you help somebody to get a membership with doTERRA, to get a kit of oils or whatever. doTERRA will pay you 20% commission, and whoever helped you get your oils, they get 10%, and the other person that helped them gets 5%. So that's how that works. Fast Start Bonus, you get a check in the mail every week. So also we have a team bonus, a Power of 3 bonus, where if you had 3 other people you were working with, you could get a $50 bonus. If they had 3 people that they were working with, you would get $250 bonus, and they would get a $50 bonus. And then again, if those 9 people, those 9 orange people, had 3 people each that they were working with that also were using oils and wanting to help teach other people about using essential oils, that you would get a $1,500 bonus every month. That's pretty nice. That can be a mortgage payment if you're not living in California. So other ways that you get paid, this is maybe a confusing chart, but what I want to show you is that this is what creates residual income. What this says is that basically I get paid a small percentage of anybody in my organization who purchases oils. So right now we have over 5,000 members in our organization. So every time any of those members make a purchase, I get paid a small percentage, and that adds up. So on my first level, I might get 2%. Down to the 7th level, I get paid 7%. So if somebody purchases $100 worth of oils, I would get $7 from that purchase. And that adds up. That's whether I enroll someone, help somebody get oils or not, that comes to me every month. That is my residual income. That is my passive income that I've created. And it all started from, after I had decided, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start sharing with people. I had a class at my house where we had about 15 people there, and I just taught them, here's how you use oils, how I've found them helpful, how I've used them. Here's how you get oils from doTERRA at a discount. And most of them enrolled. Most of them wanted to try them. And even some of those people wanted to do it with me. Thought, hey, you know what? This is a great opportunity to help people and to provide an additional income. And since that time, so it's been just 3 years, that's what we've created, is that residual income. So here's like reality check. Is this real? Like, can anybody do this? Are you unique? Stacy, there's some special talent or ability, and there's not. I just decided that I'm successful and I love helping people. So that's what I decided to do. And these are all friends of mine who have done the same thing. Elise Coyle, this top picture, she was the one that shared the oils with me in her hayfield flying kites. So they used to own a tire store. She taught preschool in her basement, and they have changed their lives. with sharing and helping other people. And all of these um, all started mostly with the mom wanting to do that. So Natalie Goddard, Tana, it was Pace. I went to high school with her, Tana Lee, Chelsea Stevens, Jen Garrett, and what a blessing it's been for their families and for others that they've been able to help and share. So, what are some of the hangups? Like the concerns that I get from people. Number one is it's an MLM, and that was my huge concern. Excuse me. I went to school for business management and took a lot of marketing classes. And I had a marketing professor who said you do not ever get involved with a multi-level marketing company, that they're just bad. It's a pyramid scheme. And so I never went to any kind of parties. I didn't host any classes. I just steer clear of that. And so actually when I got my first kit with doTERRA, I was not interested in the business. Um, I just wanted to use the oils. I knew that they worked. I knew that they were going to bless our lives, but I didn't want to have anything to do with the business until I found that what network marketing really is if you do it authentically, meaning that you come from a place of caring about other people, and where doTERRA has such a product that really changes lives. Like I've seen so many people who have had health conditions and illnesses or depression and anxiety, uh, seizures, ADHD, just things that are hard within a home with physical and emotional health. But I've seen their lives changed just by something as simple as essential oils. You can't help but share. And so doTERRA, when they set up their company, they had a choice. They could do the traditional route of paying a marketing company um, to advertise for them. But they chose the network marketing model because they knew that these things needed to be shared from friend to friend, to family member, that there was education that was involved, and that the best way to market essential oils was to pay those people who were going to be sharing them anyway. So instead of taking that money and putting it to a corporation to advertise for them, they give it to their members for sharing the oils throughout the world. And so I actually have come to believe that network marketing is one of the best professions out there because I am able to share authentically with people and help people change their lives. And doTERRA will pay me for that. And when they pay me to do that, that just enables me to share more and to help more people in many different ways. So I love network marketing. So if that's one of your hangups, I get it. Been there. Another one is I'm not a salesperson. Haha, neither am I. I remember having two jobs. One was in a mall, and you would get paid like little extra bonuses if you sold like upsold people, like they would buy more clothes, or you added accessories. And I was terrible at it. I hated it. I was like, whatever they want, let them get whatever they want. I don't want to like force things onto people. I'm not a salesperson at all. And then I remember I served an LES mission, and after I got back from serving in Canada, I got this job temporarily as a telemarketer, and we were selling direct TV. Holy cow, that was the longest month of my life. I hated that job. I dreaded every single day going to that job because I was not a salesperson. But you know what? I do care about people. And I love helping people and serving people. And that's really what this is about. It's being able to educate people, whether it's one-on-one or in like a group setting, being able to help educate and teach people how to use essential oils. So it's not about sales. It's really about service. The other hang up is that I don't have enough time or money. And this one, I want you to think about like how important is residual income to you? How important is it to change your life? If you were to look 5 years in the future, how would your life be different if you didn't do anything different? And so really we do all have the same amount of time. says not enough, but we all have the same 24 hours a day. And so, what really determines your quality of life is the way that you prioritize your time. So, how did I, as a mother of, started as four, well, then it was five. I started this business with five kids, and she was a newborn when I started. How did I do that? Manage all of that um, with all the responsibilities that I had, and really it became that I prioritized my time, and that I discovered that I could share doTERRA wherever I was at. That I could, when I'm in a mom's group, or if I'm at church, or if I am in the grocery store, or if I'm at a family reunion and I see somebody that needs something, that poor little boy tripped, scraped up his knee, I have an oil that I'm going to put on it. Or if I hear like, oh, I've got a headache, do you have some Tylenol? I'm going to ask, is it okay if I share something natural with you that's really worked for me? And right there, I am helping people, but that's what I do. That's part of my business. So the nice thing is that wherever you're at in life, whatever you're doing, this can be done right alongside of it. So it's not going to necessarily take more time. It's just now you're going to be implementing it into things that you already do. And I don't have the money. Well, that's exactly the reason why you should do this. If you don't have the money to purchase essential oils, then you need to do something that's going to change that. And so there's a story about building a pipeline. You can see this video on my website, Discover Natural Solutions. But it talks about this man who he lived in a village and there wasn't a water source there, so he had to travel up to the water source and he would carry buckets on his back and bring them to the village, and people would pay him for the water. And so he would walk back up, get some more water, come back down, and people would pay him. As many times as he would go, people were still there wanting to buy the water that he brought. So he had a pretty good job. If he hauled more, he would make more. And then there was another guy who saw the value of that to be able to provide for his family, so he would do that same thing. And he would take as many trips as was necessary to earn enough income to provide for his family. And then with a little bit of extra income that he earned and with the little bit of extra time that he had, instead of hauling more buckets, he decided he was going to dig a trench and build a pipeline from the water source to the village. And so, yes, it took some time and it took some money to do that, but he was determined because he saw that in the future, by creating this pipeline, it would produce not only financial freedom for him, but time freedom for him and his family. So he could eventually turn on that water spigot and have water flowing, and the income would continue to go on, whether he was hauling buckets or not. And that's really what this creates, this residual income. So I went back and looked at what I made, and at first it was really small, but you can see as my paycheck started to get larger, $120, then I made $450, $700. So you can see how it gradually grew into something that was massive. And even if I had set out to make a ton of money, I was making more money doing something I love than anything else that I've ever done. So the importance of getting team support and training, we have an awesome team. So whoever invited you to listen to this, they're a part of my team, get back to them, because we are just a network of support. SimplyBuildWellness.com is my team website. There's training on there. Also, we give one-on-one support. We have a Getting Started training private Facebook group, and this is really cool. We have these daily mentor calls. They're just 15-minute calls where it helps you to know how to do this, and you can have them text right to your phone. So tons of support as far as getting started and knowing what to do. And then I want you to think about, how committed are you to making those changes and seeing those changes take place in your family, in your home? Are you committed to reaching your goals?
being the best mom that you can and making it so that you have a flexible schedule and that you have financial security for you right now, but also for those kids that are growing up. I know I have one on my team who her son has autism and he is in his early 20s and he goes to a school right now, but next year he is not. And she wants to be able to have the financial means to make sure that he's taken care of, that if something were to happen to her, that her son is going to be taken care of. And this is what doTERRA is providing for them. Also, when you're able to eliminate those financial burdens, that the stress within your home is reduced, living with a purpose. So there are other people in my organization who they have amazing talents and abilities, whether it's music talents, if it's creating just different things, and the financial income that doTERRA is providing for them is actually opening up a new world for them to be able to create and use those talents that they have. And something else that I am super passionate about as a mother is that I want my kids seeing that you can succeed, that I am that role model of success for them, that they are seeing a mother who not only loves them and takes care of them and spends time with them, but that I am successful, that I have talents, that I have God-given gifts that I am using to bless not only their lives, but other lives. And that I hope that through my example, they will do the same thing. And especially my daughters, I don't want to be then I don't want them to think that, okay, when I become a mom, that that's it, that my life is completely devoted to being a mom, in the sense of now they can't sing, or that they can't dance, or that they can't create and use their gifts and abilities, um, because those have all been put on hold, that when you become a mom, that you stop singing. No, you continue singing, and it might be in a different way and in different times, but you keep on singing, and you're that role model for your family and for your kids. And this is what doTERRA has provided for me and for our family. So not only physical and emotional health, but financial health, social health, and then the ability to reach out and help other people to create that same thing. So that's how I've done it. And I've done it with an amazing team of other women and men and families. And so I'd invite you to join us in what we're doing. If you have questions, you definitely contact the person who invited you to this. And then also, you're free to contact me, stacyruns.home@gmail.com, or give me a call or text me. You can follow me on Twitter, Moms Run Home. Send me a message there, on Facebook, and also all the resources that are available on Simply Build Wellness, as well as Discover Natural Solutions, are available to you. And I encourage you to make it happen. Like, I am not unique. All I was unique in was being consistent in helping people. And everybody can do that. It doesn't matter if you have no kids or if you have 6 kids or more. It's something that you can do. So I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day and hope to hear from you soon.